Hi everyone, this is DJ Quest One.
And your girl Shay-T.
And you are watching and listening to the Drive Podcast,
where we enjoy the drive and come alive.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like, and please share. Thank you everyone.
Alright guys, so DJ Quest One said that we should talk about Christmas, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So as you see, let me go ahead first and introduce my Christmas mug. So my Christmas mug says joy. And for me, joy is just like peace, like unabounding peace, like when you're walking, when you're driving, when you're talking to friends, or even kind of like just when you're by yourself. And then you have not just a smile on your face, but that internal smile. You know what I mean? So that's what joy means to me, and I hope that you guys have plenty of it this season.
You're spilling your water. Just joking. I have my Christmas mug here. It's Happy Holidays with one of my favorite dogs, Boston Terrier Remo. I miss you. I know you're in Virginia. I hope you're fine. That's another story. We can talk about pets, but this is my Christmas Happy Holiday mug of the Boston Terrier.
So, Rick, did you believe in like Santa Claus?
I did. I did believe in Santa Claus, and I also believe in Tres Reyes, which in Mexico it's the three kings that gave gifts to Jesus.
Okay.
in Jerusalem.
And so, for how long do you remember how long you believed in Santa Claus?
It's probably around 9, and I kind of tried to figure it out. I snuck in at night and saw my parents wrapping some presents, and I was like, "What's that? What happened to Santa?" It's Santa, I guess, But the crazy part is, and when I used to go, because I used to go into Mexico when I was a kid, and they had the posadas, which is like 12 days of Christmas or 12 days over there, and they give you a present every day.
You know what? That's crazy. I used to do that with my children.
Really?
Let's see. I used to do that with Shaylee when she was little. And we lived on Berwick Street, and I remember doing that. And so she would get one gift a day. And so I think it's kind of, for me, now reflecting as a parent and now a grandparent, that was really helpful because they would play with that one and enjoy it, and then they play with the one the next day and enjoy it. But when you give kids like 10, 20 toys at one time, everything gets a 2-minute, timer, and then, pretty much they don't really stay on anything. But that way, they really give that one toy time on its day per se, if you will. You know what I'm saying? When I remember Christmas when my mom and dad were married. Well, they were married till I was about 5. And crazy thing is, so I remember we used to bake chocolate chip cookies for Santa and leave out some white milk. And I don't want to get off topic, but that our guy used to actually deliver the milk. So I guess now I'm telling you how old I am. Anyway, so they used to actually, we had a real milkman, a real live milkman that used to come in the milk truck and deliver us in the glass bottle the milk.
Really?
Yes. Wow.
I kind of vaguely remember the milkman. I want to say I must have been about 4 or 5 maybe, and I remember he would come and deliver the milk, and then they started robbing him. They robbed the milkman.
Okay, so we lived in apparently 2 separate neighborhoods, but it's all gravy though. So, that was a wonderful memory of the cookies and stuff like that, and then the gifts. So I don't know when I realized that like it wasn't Santa Claus, but it was my parents, and but recently we were in San Antonio for Thanksgiving, and so we went shopping. And my granddaughter is 7, and so we took her and we found stuff, and she's like, "Oh, Nana, can I have this and this and that?" And so I guess I'm probably a bad Nana because I was kind of basically letting her buy her Christmas gifts.
But did she know those were her Christmas gifts?
I don't know. Like, I gave her some money, and I was like, "Here, this is yours to spend, and get the things that you want to play with and you like." And so I wrapped them up as, because she's like, "Oh, Nana, are you going to wrap this one up?" So she knows that it's going to go in Christmas paper. So I think I don't know. I mean, but she's really smart. So I imagine she knows, but.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I had to get her a few things outside of that. So.
Right,
So
right.
She would. Surprise.
Does she believe in Santa?
She was asking me about Santa Claus, but what's her reality? I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, kids in school talk, and I remember being in elementary, and they're like, Santa's not real, he's fake, and that's how I also learned, the kids would tell me he's not real. My older brother, my older cousin, whatever, they told me he's not real. And I crushed my dreams. I was like, the one comes through the one comes through the chimney, and how's he come in? We leave cookies out there and stuff, and they were gone in the morning.
Exactly.
So that's a fond memories of Santa Claus and the Tres Reyes, and it's definitely different tradition in Mexico than the United States. I think it's more of a, they sing Christmas carols here, but over there they do that, and then once they open the door, they welcome you in, and then you get the baby and you put it in the little altar, the baby Jesus. Yeah.
Okay.
It's different. Yeah, and they have like a big block party. They do it big.
Okay, well, your family from over there, so now as long as they ain't gonna rob me here, I'm ready to go. Go ahead over there and show me
great.
Because that sounds real interesting.
It's great, and they have this sweet sugarcane drink with like fruits. It's really good. I don't know the name of it, but it's tasting. Now that I'm older, I'm like, alcohol would taste good with it.
This is what you come up with. Alcohol tastes good with that sweet.
It was like a punch, like a holiday punch, and it's warm. And they'll give you bags of goodies with candy and stuff and cookies, and they go all out over that. I don't know if it's like that because of.
So what was See, I don't even know what this was for myself. What do you feel like the best gift was, if you can remember that?
The Nintendo, the very first Nintendo, opening it up, and then, cause I remember I guess my dad said this is for both of y'all. But I thought it was mine. I was like, it's for me. But I remember opening it up, plugging it in, playing Super Mario Brothers all day. It's one of my best memories. What about yours?
I don't remember a favorite gift.
No? Oh my God, I loved it.
Literally nothing.
Nothing stands out? Something. Barbie? Something that you wanted? That you put in your wish list?
I don't know. But I guess, okay, so you said Barbie. I remember playing with my Barbie doll, the one with the shoulders. I used to like to comb her hair. Mm-hmm. And that's crazy because I never used to like to even comb my own hair, but I used to like to comb my Barbie's hair and pin it up certain ways and put all kind of stuff in it, and like black girls do. Pretty ponytails, and stuff like that. And so that was I don't know if it was actually my favorite, but it was one that I can think of right now and remember having some pleasure from.
What about one of your kids' favorites gifts that they were like, oh my God?
Money.
Money. I remember my daughter. I had got her the Guitar Hero when Guitar Hero first came out. Everyone was buying it. It was flying off the shelves.
My kids had it. Mm-hmm.
Right, and I just couldn't find it. And my cousin, shout out to my cousin over there in San Antonio. He was in the military, and we went into the PX, and they had it, and he bought it for me. So we got it. Everything was good. She opened up her gift. She was happy. We plug it in, and it had to be something wrong with it. It wasn't working.
Maybe she wasn't meant to have that at that time. You know how sometimes you want something so bad. Yeah.
And she was a good sport. She wasn't mad. She's like, don't worry about it. We can return it, And I was just like, I wanted you to play with it. I was like, with the PlayStation 2. And, I ended up returning it, and it worked. But I just wish that it would have worked that day.
That's okay. She had other stuff, right?
Yeah, she had other stuff.
It's good to know that she was such a good sport, because sometimes kids kind of can have some meltdown. Oh my God,
Yeah, it's not working. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a blessing that she's such a good sport. So, yeah. So, what what kind of, do you have any Christmas traditions, like something? I mean, I know things change over the years sometimes, back and forth, but generally speaking, is there something in particular that...
Yeah, we used to open up one gift Christmas Eve.
Okay.
We would wait until midnight, and we would open up one gift, and we would have hot chocolate.
Okay.
And then go to bed. Then get ready for the next morning. Because you see all these presents, and then like you can only open up one, and you're like, okay, should I go for the big one, or I'll go for the small one? I'll go for the small one.
Yes.
What about you?
I remember doing something like that, but for me, I think like going to a movie, I started this thing like, for us to all go to the movie. Because you spend all day, I mean, you're talking and eating and eating and talking and drinking and eating and talking. And then I'm like, at the end of the night, you kind of can go sit and relax, watch a movie, don't think hard, just chill, Then after that, everybody goes home and so for me, I like, and on Thanksgiving too, I like to have...
Thanksgiving movie, I would do that. Thanksgiving a movie, yeah.
I like to have a good movie. And this year, it looks like there's a lot of good movies coming out. So,
Spider-Man.
I think we're going to see Spider-Man today, though. Tomorrow.
No, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Spider-Man.
They're sold out.
But
They're sold out.
Shut up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
You're about to make me look it up. Are you?
Yes, they're sold out. My friend tried one yesterday. It's sold out.
So that means that today we gotta buy the tickets today, like Spider-Man.
For tomorrow.
You about to make me look that up. So back to Christmas.
Back to Christmas. Yeah, another tradition that I also did was we used to go eat Chinese food on Christmas Day for dinner. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? What happened to create that?
Well, they don't believe in Christmas, so they are open. And so, the traditional, you eat turkey or you eat ham or you have tamales, Mexican tradition. But, me coming from it's not I don't have a big family. We'll just say, hey, let's go have some Chinese food. And I haven't done that, but I think I'm going to do it this Christmas. Let's have some Chinese food.
Okay.
And the Jewish people do that as well. They'll have Chinese because they don't celebrate.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they celebrate Hanukkah, which is like also 12 days of Christmas, or I think something like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not going out to have any Chinese food. I said that I was going to stay away from the, I guess,
restaurants?
Just the traditional, but I guess it's kind of semi. So I'm gonna do. There's this restaurant in New Orleans called Copeland's, and so they have this this chicken with black beans.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna kind of change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna.
Are you gonna go to New Orleans?
No, I'm cooking.
Oh, I thought you were going to New Orleans, but New Orleans got a lot of good food. I mean, oh my goodness.
So I'm gonna do my version, and it's gonna have it's gonna be Cornish hens, and so I'm gonna make like a seafood dressing, and stuff it with the seafood dressing, and then they do black beans, which it was good in the restaurant, but okay, I just like pork and beans, so I'll mix like some baked beans. Anyway, I have this thing that I do with the beans or whatever, and so you cook the beans separately, and then at the end you just kind of put them over the chicken when you serve it. So you cut half that chicken and lay it on the plate, and then you put the beans over it. Ooh. And so probably like a salad or something.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so that's what the plan is right now for Christmas. And I was just like, all that, when I see too much food though, it makes me like gag, like
it's one thing about
big old spread.
I mean, it's one thing about United States and people that are watching that are not from the United States. It's not that we overeat, it's just a lot of food.
We do overeat. Let him tell this story. We do overeat, and then we see it, and it's like, okay, well, I could just try a little bit. I am full, but that does look good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just try a spoonful. Not tell the truth, Rick.
Yeah, we do. I mean, they have buffet restaurants here. I mean, buffet, all you can eat.
Yes. I, you know what? I'm not a fan of buffet, which I've definitely been to several, but I will say that Gosh, just like going up there, and it's just like when we were in Mexico on that trip, and just they had all this food, and I mean, you just kind of get half full just looking at it. And, yeah. So you have to be careful not to eat everything that's sweet. Oh, I'll just take all the sweets. I don't need anything else.
No, I mean, like that's why, like at Fogo de Chao, like the Brazilian steakhouses that are buffets, all you can eat meat, guys. But it's not cheap. It's about $35 a person, probably more. I think it was 35 on lunch. I think dinner is like 60, but ultimately, they give you salad, so you can get salad and get full and don't eat too much meat. So they.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even want my body to be stuffed with that much meat. You know,
it's a lot of
like meat. Yeah, let's not even get into that. So back to Christmas. So Spider-Man. I think we're going to go see that tomorrow, but we have yet to choose our Christmas movie. And you're going to be out of town with your family, right?
I'll be out of town.
So maybe you guys can try a Shanna thing, and maybe y'all might get together and go to the movies too afterwards.
We might do that. We usually do it Thanksgiving, but I used to do that with my daughter, you know, and sometimes take my mom with me, and we would go see a movie. But yeah, I might try that. Go see Spider-Man or something. Yeah. What's the next topic that we're talking about? The famous favorite Christmas movies. I don't. Oh, yeah, I had not thought about a favorite Christmas movie. Yeah, favorite Christmas movie traditionally, I would either watch Home Alone or The Christmas Story with my family.
Okay.
You know,
I don't think we ever, as a grown-up, I don't think we've ever, like, put on movies. Come on, guys, let's come on and watch the little movie. No, we never really did that, but just as an adult thinking from childhood onward, I mean, I like a lot of well-done Christmas movies, you know, Christmas Carol, The Grinch.
Which one do you like? What's your favorite Christmas movies?
I can't give you that answer, so I'm just saying that, you know, I like A Christmas Carol.
Okay, that's one?
I like The Grinch. Yeah. I like...
the cartoon, The Grinch? The Grinch or with
the movie?
Oh, with Jim Carrey.
No, you know, actually, there's more than one, so I like them both. So there's several versions of The Grinch. Yeah, so yeah, and some that's animated, more than one that's animated.
Okay, the Dr. Seuss one was great, and then the one that Jim Carrey did was pretty good too.
Those were good, and then there's also Frosty the Snowman. I mean, who would not like Frosty the Snowman?
Frosty the Snowman. I watched that. They would show that in elementary school. That was one of the movies they would show it. Pop in the VHS. Now, speaking my age, it'd be before DVDs, and we would watch it.
But then you can never think of Christmas and not think of Charles Schultz. I mean, how do you have Charlie Brown? Oh my God!
They did away with it. They're not showing it anymore.
Why?
I don't know. The ABC took it away. So the tradition.
That's not cool.
Yeah,
and then.
But guess where it's on? Or guess, Disney Plus.
Of course. It was about money then. That's just about commerce, dear. That was only about commerce. So I mean, and then there was this other one that I would love. It was with these otters.
Otters.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, but it was animated. It was such a fun.
Really?
That one, oh my God, that was so fun as a kid watching that, and then they used to play music on their little banjo. And
Otters. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, that.
Well, my top 5 would be Home Alone, and what did I say? Actually, Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. That's a funny one. Mm-hmm. Scrooge with Bill Murray. Mm-hmm. Christmas Story. And then 5th would have to be, I would say The Grinch. The Dr. Seuss one. I like that one.
But don't forget, I mean, how could you forget Rudolph? I mean...
Rudolph. I forgot about Rudolph. The animated one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Well, hold on. Was there a real Rudolph? Let me stop. I mean, the animated one.
Well, he has a brother named Randy.
Okay, so Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So I used to love that. Yeah. I think I used to cry. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I have way too much empathy, compassion. Anyway, so he would. Yeah, I felt bad for him when they leave him behind, and then. Mm-hmm. than when Frosty would melt?
Frosty with melt. There's another good one.
When he would melt. That wouldn't make you sad?
No, what about Jack Frost?
Okay, nipping at your nose. That never made you sad? No.
I mean...
You didn't care that he was going away?
Well, I mean...
I'm not judging you.
I'm not saying I didn't care, but I just thought, because he shouldn't have melted because it's winter. So, like, he should melt like in March.
Global warming, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking... Because, I never grew up with the white Christmas. I don't know if you grew up with the white Christmas.
I did not grow up with the white Christmas, but I used to live in Missouri.
Okay.
And that winter, it did snow. And
I had a white Christmas.
Yeah, so driving down Olive Boulevard to work was just so glorious because it looked like the front of a postcard. It was so
the snow just falling.
Olive is like a tree-lined street, and it's a main street, and so it's just this tree-lined street, and so just think about the white, just like on the Christmas cards. So pretty. The street was white, and then and it just felt like I was like somewhere else. It was just that was like putting you in the mood. But now, we just had my son's graduation lunch last week, right? And a couple of days before that, it was like in the 80s. And then on that Sunday, it was like in the 50s or something.
Texas weather.
And then this week, it's been in the 70s and 80s
70,
again?
77, yeah.
And then they're saying something about another cold front. I mean, it doesn't even feel like Christmas. It feels like
we'll never
springtime.
I was just talking to a friend about it, how we wouldn't know what a white Christmas is, or even like enjoying a sleigh, going on a sleigh and all that stuff, unless you go on vacation. But here in Texas, it's always hot. So
it is.
Except for the winter storm. The winter storm.
Don't talk about that.
We're gonna keep. That's
new floors because of the winter storm. Let's not talk about that.
That's another subject we could talk about next year. Winding down the year of 2021. I mean, this year is gone. Came and gone.
Yeah. So, what do you think about? Do you think that this new Omicron variant of COVID? Do you think that that's going to affect Christmas, or you think that people are going to be like, "Oh, forget it. It's just another COVID"? What do you?
I went to the store yesterday, did some last minute shopping, and the stores were packed. So, and half of them were wearing masks, half of them weren't.
So they were like, who?
Yeah, but the crazy part is that half of these football teams, the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Browns are all, like, half the teams are infected with COVID.
I saw that the other day on the news. So at what point we're not getting off the topic. We're still staying in Christmas, but do we bring home COVID to our grandparents, our parents? Do we say, you know what, let's try this again next year? Does everybody take a test within 24, 40 hours?
That's so crazy. That's a good question.
How do we stop the spread within our community of, like our family and stuff?
I mean, that's one thing that they have to, that the families will have to discuss. But even if you're a small family, it can still apply to you. But if you're in a big family, like 12, 13 people coming over, or even 15, grandkids and everything, like, it's just, who knows?
People that work in different settings. And so, I'm a healthcare worker, but I work for myself, so I'm not in a hospital per se. But I mean, so I get to minimize my exposure. But for those people that we love so much, the doctors and nurses, the custodians, the cafeteria workers, the directors and the managers, and
people in schools and stuff.
Staff,
yes.
Within the hospitals and also schools. As I had my little 20-year tenure there.
That's right, former teacher here.
Yeah,
former
all
teacher.
That. So I mean, you certainly want to know that people can be okay.
Yep.
Because then you come back from school, and then you go back to school, and then you have, then it all multiplies.
Yeah, and but hopefully that doesn't ruin. It doesn't ruin your Christmas or holiday, your holiday season, on the way to New Year's. But there is a way to be precaution. Take a pre-COVID test. They also have the rapid COVID test. If you feel like you have a cold or something and you don't feel right, just stay home.
I took one the other day, my granddaughter and I, because she was had never been really sick, and she had been coughing and coughing and coughing, and just throat so dry, and then it's dry, and so I was like, okay, well, let's just check on you, and then so for a few days she went to school. Don't be upset with me, okay? So she went to school, and then I'm like, they called and reached my son, and then they told aches and fever.
Oh, that's like my nephew.
But then come to find out, when I had a few minutes between sessions and I went to pick her up, and I said, well, Aaliyah, they said you had body pain. No, I don't feel any pain. I said, okay, I thought they said you had a fever. No, they said I don't have a fever. But anyway, I took her anyway as a lesson to, okay, we're going to go get this COVID test though. Gonna get that little thing shoved right up the nose. See, this is not the most comfortable opportunity.
Yeah, I had that.
And so just went ahead and did that.
2 times.
And so, but yeah, so in 15 minutes, basically, they sent us the results, like bam.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, I mean, families get to choose what they want to do and how they want to manage their families and their lives. But, you know, I would say that, you know, in loving our families or the people that we're going to spend the holidays with, that, you know, taking that COVID test at, 15 minutes, I mean, you know, that could save a life.
And it's free.
Yeah, I mean, and it could save a life, you know?
It could save a life, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So last topic that we're going to talk about.
Well, what does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas, a lot of people forget, that Christmas is a big commerce thing, stores are packed and all that stuff, gifting, but it's also family time, but it's also remembering Jesus, him being born and all that stuff. So it is time off. It is, time with your family, but it ultimately is celebrating the birth of Jesus and also being thankful. I know Thanksgiving is another holiday, but also same thing, and even if it's just one gift or 2 gifts, whatever it is, it's just family time as well. Mm-hmm. And I go to mass. I went last year. I'm planning to go this year again, to church. Mm-hmm. And what about you?
Well, I think I told you what we're having to eat, mm-hmm. and I told you we're going to the movies. So, but I want to say that one of my personal practices is that every morning before I even get out of bed, I share with God 3 things that I'm grateful for, mm-hmm. and I just take time to really sit in that, mm-hmm. experience the feeling of gratefulness. And, as I talk to people around the globe, people have different ideas about that. Mm-hmm. And energy means so much. Mm-hmm. So when I start my morning off putting out good energy, prayerfully getting back good energy, that it creates more goodness, in my sphere. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm saying is that, I feel like I have such a close relationship, with him, because I'm acknowledging him. So I'm not going to compare myself to Michael Jackson, who's my favorite in the whole world. But I just remember one time on an interview, he was saying how, he feels like he praises God all the time, when if he's walking and he might see some beautiful flowers and he'll say, just God, thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the lovely day, and in the United States, I think life gets to be so fast, and we don't sometimes
take time
we don't take time to smell the roses, or my favorite, tulips. We don't take time to smell the tulips and really appreciate, having shelter, having friends, having people that you care about, having food, having, whatever, your own bedroom, not having to share with 5-10 people, whatever the situation is.
Right,
so,
right.
I mean, we have to, I think it would help us to we can honor God by, being decent human beings. And
well said.
Doesn't mean perfection, doesn't mean whatever my standard is. I mean, I just say whatever the standard of the New Testament, mm-hmm. but basically just being decent towards people, giving people a chance. Someone mentioned to me the other day, have you ever had anybody to ghost you?
Yes.
And how did that feel?
It didn't feel right.
Okay. I
wanted an explanation what's going on, but I didn't get anything, pretty much. See you later. Never heard anything back from that person.
And did you do them anything that you know of?
I don't know what I did wrong. I didn't lose any sleep over it, but I just was wondering, like, as a human being, you could tell the person, this is what's going on, and take care. And I didn't get that.
Well, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about that kind of like in our conversation, and so we were just talking about how people don't have the common courtesy to just say, you know what, I think you're a cool person. I just don't think you're a cool person for me to be with. I mean, hey, we could be friends or something, or just it's like this younger generation is not. They put a lot of energy, not everybody, right? But some people put a lot of energy into hate and whatever's negative or problematic or dramatic, not the actual relationship with the person or the
people. You give out what you receive. So you giving out that energy, you're gonna get that energy back. But you give that positive energy and explain yourself what happened, or if you have a falling out something, you can explain yourself. And then if that person takes it, they take it. But if not, you just leave that person alone, and depending on the circumstance.
Depending on the circumstance, I just relate this to Christmas because I think that God is love, and I think that He wants us to be kind and decent.
Right.
And that means we're not fighting each other. It means we're not robbing each other. It means we're not killing each other. It means that we're taking turns letting people in on the freeway. It means that we're not tearing down people at work. It means that we're looking at ourselves and how we can improve ourselves first. You know what I mean? Just these kinds of things. And so, this is, I guess, my personal little few-minute rant and gift to the world, because it's like, man, since COVID, it's like people are like on like 100.
Something. I agree with that 100%. Everything is about social media. Everything's about being on your phone. But take time to put your phone down. Tell that person you love them and care for them. Because if you have a dad, a mom, a grandpa, a grandfather, tell them, because they're not always going to be here. And also being courteous, being like what you said, letting people in. I let people in, and then some people just cut me off, and I just don't understand, the rush. Like, you'll get there, and
everybody's in a rush, and that's kind of sad, because you don't really, like I said, get to take the time to smell the tulips, because you're gotta get it. Like, hold on a second.
Speaking of that, when I was a kid, I never saw accidents in the little neighborhood. Now that I'm an adult, I'm driving, and we're here in Little York, there was an accident, and the little sub, how does that even happen?
I'll tell you, a couple of things. I have in my life been hit by 2 unlicensed drivers while sitting still in my vehicle in 2 different parts of town. So one was off of, over there off of 1960, but like I was coming out of my,
and you were sitting still.
Area. I was sitting still. I was coming out of the townhomes where I used to live, and I just came out of the gate, and I was sitting there and looking, left and right and seeing what's happening before I move. This guy comes in a truck, bang! I was like, what? Just like, what was he smoking? Was he looking down? Was he texting?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then this other guy, we were right there, not Westheimer, but Richmond over there. Gosh, I can
Richmond and Westheimer?
No, Richmond. What is the block right past off of 610?
610.
59, 610, whatever that first block is, because there's like a shop
there's
and little strip right there.
There's Post Oak, there's Westheimer.
So just in that area. So let's go at a red light, and I have 2 or 3 cars in front of me, and this guy in a truck. I'm like, you know what? This is so annoying.
Yeah.
No insurance company. Claim no insurance. The police came. Ultimately you do nothing, because what? Then you have to go try and file a lawsuit. You know what?
Yep.
I'm gonna leave this to my insurance company. This is why I pay insurance.
Right.
But I really wish everybody get insurance. But then that's off topic. So back to this. So being kind,
courteous, and respect it and appreciate and be appreciative. You know, I think that people nowadays they think the holidays is all about gifting, and it's not just all about gifting. I think it's all about also spending time with your family and putting out energy, and speaking of ghosting, people that are family members that haven't spoken to each other in years. Like, hey, it's time. I don't know that what's going on, but it's the time to be nice, courteous, respectful.
But some people are kind of keeping a distance because of COVID and stuff like that.
COVID,
so we do have to be mindful. But I guess before we go into wrapping this up, I want to just say thank you, homie.
Yeah, thank
Rick,
you.
See
that bracelet she's got on? See that bracelet? That's the reggae
Oh
fest.
Lord, she's telling you all my business. I done told him my business is my business. He don't listen.
No, but I love the reggae fest, and I hope we go to another one. I love the music; it was great. I just wish they had more old reggae music.
Okay, so yeah, I keep it on. This was
I loved it. Mine's got jacked.
October 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. This year, and so it was really nice.
I loved it.
Everybody was so kind.
Awesome crowd.
Oh my God, the greatest crowd. And I mean, I'm like, this is how it should be for every get together. Like, it was really
loved it.
Yeah.
We're going again. We're going again.
We doing that.
And I'm not giving mine away. But
and look, mine is so tight I can't take it off unless I cut it. But
real fresh story. When we were leaving, right? This guy didn't want to pay, so he wanted to get that from her to get in, and she was trying to take it off, but she's like, it doesn't come off. And so I had mine, and mine would come off, and I was like, give me $15. He didn't listen to me. He didn't give $15 and you can go in, because it was like $30, right?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for listening. This is our first episode, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. And 2022 is going to be a big one for us, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. And this DJ Quest One is Shay-T. Peace out, y'all.
Many blessings. Bye for now.